Hi Chevra, welcome back to the Short Fort. Parshas Va'era, all of the miracles start to come. And they start to rain down on the Egyptians, literally and figuratively, right? And we know that it starts with Makkot, with blood. And there are various ideas like what does that mean? Did the water just turn red? I've seen things about the scientific explanations or kind of more geological explanations of what occurred at that time. All these, you can watch the History Channel for that kind of thing. But the question is, what was the etzem? What was the essence of the water that was nepach ledam, that turned to blood? Was it just like, I told a story about being at the banyas many years ago when I was a kid, and my father, whipping out some Kool-Aid or Hawaiian Punch, whatever, and making the Hawaiian Punch right there, and the water turned red right there, right? Did the water just turn red, or was it actually blood? Says the Malbim, it wasn't that the water turned red and started tasting, salty or whatever. He says literally, shehamayim shem etzem pashut, the water that is. We know what water is, right? It's clear. It's water, H2O. Yehafchu ledam gamur. It will turn into complete blood. Mar'eh aleph b'mar'ehu, in the way that you see it, right? In the way that it looks visually, and be'atzmuto, and in its essence, literally, right? That if you were to take the water from the Nile River, right, through the miracle, and you took that and it turned into blood and you put it under a microscope, you would see red blood cells or whatever, right? It was real blood. Now what happened? Why didn't, even after Makkah number 1, why didn't they relent? Why didn't they see something going on where they couldn't, it was literally, they were all parched. They couldn't drink anything anywhere in Egypt. Maybe they could purchase, whatever, however it works, but they couldn't. This was really destructive. All the fish were dying, right? That's the Nile, the fish of the Nile that were really their lifeblood. Like they're dying. Why didn't they listen? Well, because we know the Chartumim did the same. Vayasu kein Chartumim Mitzrayim belatehem ve'achzak lev Paro. And the Chartumim, the magicians, the sorcerers, whatever, they did the same. And Paro's like, oh, okay, good. We could do that too. But we understand that the Mefarshim explained that this was achizat einayim. This was sleight of hand. This was, sprinkling in, doing hocus pocus and having some smoke and sprinkling in some Kool-Aid, and then, or some dye, and it turned the water red. He said, look, we could do it too. In life, Hashem always gives us a chance to look at things in a certain kind of way. Sometimes we have signs, sometimes there are clear things that are out there telling us certain things, and we choose to go another way. Because there's always an explanation. But when it comes to emunah, when it comes to faith, there always has to be a leap, by definition. We'll never know. Sometimes I get this question, Rabbi, how come, I just need to know for sure. We can never know for sure. We can have emunah. We could believe in a just and loving and merciful God. And when we do that, hopefully that could be a siman tov for our own geula, and seeing redemptive things happening to us, to our families. And Mir Tashem, we should all choose to believe. Have a great Shabbos.